Hi Yogi, it's Bri. In this short but sweet practice, I'm going to show you my favorite poses to practice daily to work towards the splits or hanumanasana. Let's get started in Tadasana, mountain pose. Take your feet to hips distance. I always start any hamstring-based practice with Uttanasana. So feet hips distance, making sure the feet are parallel. Inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale, forward folding down. If you're feeling extra tight, always feel free to put a bend in the knees. I always do that in my first Uttanasana of the day. Grab a hold of opposite elbows. Now, as you find a little more awareness in your feet, make sure that there's a little more weight forward into the balls of the feet. Lift your quads up high so that they feel really, really engaged. If you're not quite sure if they are, feel them. If they feel jelly, lift the kneecaps more. Even think about squeezing your butt together, firming the inner thighs, and then lifting the hips up nice and high. Knowing how to get your legs stabilized but straight at the same time in a pose like Uttanasana will really help with your hanumanasana or your splits. From here, inhale to a flat back. Step your left foot back. Now the splits is not just about the hamstring, even though, it's very hamstring heavy. It's also about the back leg hip flexors. So stepping that left foot back, placing your left knee down onto the ground, make sure the shin of the front leg is in a straight line, and then that back leg knee is way behind the hip. Take both hands onto the right knee and push your torso over the pelvis at the same time, really lifting the lower belly in towards the spine. I like to keep my back toes tucked under and push into the big toe just to find a little less weight down into the heel, squeezing the inner thighs together. I might even lift my chest up, finding a bit of length in the side body. From here, reach both of your arms up. Now, this is one of my favorite ways to very quickly get into the hip flexors. My right hand comes down to the ground. If you can't reach the ground, next to the right hip, put a block underneath it or even a water bottle. Reach your left arm up and over the ear. And immediately you'll feel the stretch from the left side body down the front of the left hip all the way down to the quadricep. Keep firming the inner thighs together. Inhale back up to center. Exhale, left hand comes down, right arm goes up first, and then back. Lift your left foot off the ground, grab it with the right hand, and pull the heel in towards the glute. Also, a really important way to get the left side hip flexors open. And then inhale, reach your right arm back up. Take it back down onto the ground, straighten your right leg coming onto your right heel, untuck the left toes. This is actually your half split pose or Ardha Hanumanasana. Flex your right foot, firm the inner thighs together to square your hips. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and exhale, fold. The more you can press your ribs on the top of the thigh and the thigh back into the ribs, the more you're going to be opening the back of that right leg in a stable, protected way. And of course, you could spend a little more time in all of these stretches, but I want to get through them quickly so I can show you. You can learn it, and this can be a daily practice for you. Inhale to a flat back. From here, tuck your left toes under, lift your left knee up off the ground, spin the heel down. You can put the sole of the right foot down if you're feeling like it's too much, or stay on the heel. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to fold. Once again, thinking about sandwiching that right thigh with your ribs, pressing the thigh back into the ribs as you push down. A variation of Parsvottanasana. And for the final one on this side, and yes, I will still do both sides with you, place the sole of your right foot down, fingertips underneath the shoulders, lift your left leg up. So this is your standing splits. Drive down through the right heel, lift the right quadricep up and squeeze the outer right hip back, really paying attention to using the glute as a stabilizer. Then, once you find your right leg in a nice strong position, you can fold the torso down over that right leg. Bracing yourself with your left fingertips, right hand on the right ankle. I'm engaging my left toes. I like to point them. I pull my forehead down towards the right shin. If you want to take it further, bend both knees. So I bend my left knee and right knee. Before I straighten my right leg, I really lift my left knee up as high as I can. Then I straighten both legs, really working on the power, driving down through the right heel, reaching up through the left leg. And then inhale to a flat back. Square your hips, flex your left foot, and just place your left foot down onto the ground and fold. That was a lot on one side. But now my right side is feeling extra ready for hanumanasana. Let's work on that left side. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, step your right foot back. Now, the first thing we're actually going to do is work on the right side hip flexors. So place your right knee down onto the ground, making sure your alignment looks stable. The shin is in a nice straight line. The right knee is way behind the right hip. Take your hands onto your left knee and push your torso over the pelvis, continuing to lift the lower belly up. My back toes are tucked under, and I'm driving down through the big toe to help squeeze the inner thighs together. Feeling that front of my right leg, hip flexors, quadricep beginning to open. Inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale, deepening the stretch. Left fingertips come down, right arm reaches up and over the ear. Keep lifting the navel, the ribs in. Stretch up and over a little bit more. And inhale, back up to center. Exhale, right hand down. Left arm up towards the sky. Inhale, reach your left hand back, lift your right foot up, grab a hold of the foot with your left hand and pull it in. Woo! Now, if you're looking at me and you're like, I'm never gonna get there, I wasn't always here either, and some days I feel really far from flexible, so know that it just takes work and diligence. And then inhale, releasing. Placing the left hand down, straightening your left leg, untucking your right toes for our half splits. Fingertips underneath the shoulders, firm the inner thighs together. Flex your left foot and inhale, lengthen. Exhale, folding down. For me, this left side and the back of the leg is way tighter than the right, so I'm really breathing into it. And then inhale to a flat back. Stepping up onto that left foot, lift your right knee off the ground, spin the right heel down. I like to align the feet about hips distance apart in width. Keep that left foot up off the ground if you can, otherwise it's on the ground. Parsvottanasana. Inhale, find length. Exhale to fold. Just a couple of breaths. And just noting, acknowledging what you feel in the body, learning a bit more about yourself, whether one side is tighter, stronger, and just noting that. And for that final piece on this left side, inhale to a flat back, step onto your left foot, lift your right leg up. From here, really drive down through the left heel, straighten the left leg and lift the left quad. Note, my left quad is really, really firm right now. Use the outer glute of that left leg, push it back towards that right heel, and you'll feel a firmness, a strength, a stability in that left leg. Then you can fold down over the thigh, grab the ankle with your left hand, and lift your right leg up high. The goal is to one day bring your forehead towards that left shin. And if you want to take it deeper, little bend in both knees. Drive your right knee up high and then straighten both of your legs, finding the standing splits. And then inhale to a flat back. Flex that right foot and bring it all the way down onto the ground. Now I feel like my legs are ready. I'm going to step my left foot back. Place my left knee down onto the ground. Come into half splits. Flexing your right foot, left knee underneath the left hip. Then, using the strength of my right leg, I'll slide the right heel forward, move the left knee back, just into your fullest expression of your hanumanasana. If you can't quite reach the ground, that's okay. You can prop yourself up underneath your right hip, underneath the left hip flexor, and if you can, go all the way down to the ground. One day, firm the inner thighs together, draw the navel in. Use your glutes as well. You can stay here, reach your arms up, maybe even fold down. Ooh, that's a deeper stretch in the hamstring. And it's really important the way you come out of it. So you prop yourself up onto your hands and push, squeeze the inner thighs together, put a little micro bend in your right knee and slide back using the core to do that. Switching sides, left foot forward, right foot back, right knee down, straighten out. And remember, there's nothing wrong with using props. Even if your fullest expression of Hanuman or splits is here, you can place something, either a block, a bolster underneath your legs to help you stay there and prop yourself up. And over time, maybe 30 days of doing this practice, you'll get there. Maybe it's more than 30 days, but everyone is different. You can lower down if that's available to you. The hips will naturally open, but you want to think about the inner thighs squeezing in, the lower belly lifting up. That'll help protect the back bend that's going on in the back body. The left quad is really, really firm. That'll help protect the hamstring. Maybe the arms go up, and maybe you fold down. It can be very invigorating, so make sure to enjoy it. And then coming out of it, once again, lift yourself up. Really pull the navel and put a little bend in your left knee and slide the legs towards one another, coming back into that Ardha Hanumanasana. One of my favorite ways to finish a practice like that is child's pose. So just stepping the legs back, folding the knees, bringing the feet together, the knees together, and folding over your thighs. Stay here for as long as it serves you, allowing the skin on your forehead to crease towards your nose, releasing any expectations you have of yourself and your body, and remembering that this is just a practice. The splits is just a pose, that you already have everything you need within you. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Namaste.